Good morning to all of you. This is the item of special information for climate change and disaster risks management. We can go through this item through these steps. We will see an introduction, then some topics about geospatial dimension of environmental statistics. Next, the georeference data and data and information sources. And finally, a conclusion. Latin America and the Caribbean region is especially vulnerable to climate change due to its geographical, climatic, socioeconomic, and demographic characteristics. You can see it in the graph, the change of mean annual temperature from 1971 to 2018. In orange is the data from Central America and Mexico. In light blue, the Caribbean, and solid blue is South America. You can see an increase of the temperature from 1978, more or less. This increase is translated into impacts, and you can see in the graph the evidence of the impact of climate change in Latin America and the Caribbean. You can see an increase of these impacts at the end of the last century and the beginning of this century. And mainly, these impacts are caused by hydrological and meteorological phenomena. Another way to measure this impact is the climate vulnerability index. This index assesses the vulnerability of human populations to extreme weather events related to climate change. This index combines the risk of exposure to climate change and extreme events with the human sensitivity to that exposure of the country. Let's talk about geospatial dimension. First, the phenomena captured through environmental statistics or data occur or have a footprint on Earth's surface. Second, the phenomena happen in geographical spaces that do not always coincide with political and administrative limits. Third, the phenomena, they present gradients that go from a planetary scale to a local one. Now let's review something about the importance of where. It's very important to know where those things are happening. When you look at a map, you start naturally turning that map into information by analyzing its content. Then you can find patterns, you can assess trends, or make decisions. And this process is called spatial analysis. Using spatial analysis, you can combine information from many independent sources and derive new sets of information. And by employing image analysis, you can detect changes over time. Your reference is an attribute of the data. The integration of databases, I mean layers, in a geographical information system implies the precise location of the object entities. Geographic shapes are lines, points, or areas or polygons. Everything in nature can be represented by lines, points, or areas. The possibility of overlay and correlate different layers of GIS data allows us to have a geographical position and thematic attributes, spatial relationships with other entities, and temporal patterns. It is also possible to perform calculations, build indicators, analyze distributions, and prepare something thematic maps and obtain new variables. Where does data comes? Mainly comes the environmental information can come from three different sources: cartographic information, censuses and surveys, and administrative records. But besides that, also can be obtained from remote sensing, from monitoring stations, from scientific research, from modeling and estimation, and also from crowdsourcing. Once we have an environmental basic data set, we can construct indicators, and after that, we can disseminate all information to the public in general. Let's talk about other sources. Is in the next slide. Remote sensing offers a broad spectrum of georeference environmental data that provides a synoptic view of the different components of the environment. Data is obtained by default in digital format that measure the electromagnetic response of the different coverage over the Earth's surface. These data are subject to be processed applying classification techniques supported by field validations. This is important. You never can avoid the contact with the terrain. Let's review some data and information sources in platforms that you can download on your benefit. First, for example, from NASA products, you can have event-specific products, near real-time products and dashboards, and a collection of story maps. Talking about near real-time products, it's important that you can be aware of the availability of global information. Mainly, we can mention the black marble nighttime blue-yellow composite. The first is the active fire points, the global landslide nowcast, the flood detection data, precipitation accumulation, soil moisture, and so on. These are examples of a soil moisture map and evaporative stress index in the region. Another data platforms that are available are the Amazon Web Services, the Data for SDGs platform, and the Google Earth Engine that day by day increase the offer of information that you can download or use it. Let's review some conclusions. The idea that location matters is no longer just a geographical trend. Its value has been widely recognized and embraced. It can be resumed as geography matters. Location intelligence is the ability to analyze and find special patterns in data to provide powerful insights for understanding our world and communication our needs. And both are possible through a combination of local data and advanced geospatial tools, together with training for everyone working on geospatial challenges across the region. The web is a source of vast amounts of data, and spatial analysis offers the means to transform it into valuable data for decision making. As spatial data and analysis value gain popularity, more methods or models emerge to facilitate the analysis. GIS analysis helps you to make informed decisions, but it doesn't make the decision for you. Doing that requires always, or will require always, your expertise. Thank you.